Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Seaforth and One Marketplace. This is your founder and CEO, Mark Seaforth. It's good to be here tonight. I think you're going to enjoy tonight's call. For those of you that are new and maybe it's your first time here, every week we do a corporate Zoom where we basically update you on what's going on at One Marketplace in Seaforth. So it's all the latest and greatest things that are happening. It's a good place to kind of find out what's going on, stay in the forefront of what your business is all about. And most importantly, if you stay connected to this business, you're going to find that your success is going to be just magnified many, many times over. So take advantage of these calls. They're once a week, and we try to make them very enjoyable, very enlightening, and fun. So let's jump in. We've got a good one for you tonight. So welcome again. Obviously, we are the future of shopping. That's really what One Marketplace is all about, is that we think and we believe that we're going to change the way people shop in the future. And if you're looking at this for the first time, or if you've been here for a short period of time, you probably will find out very quickly that we're going in a direction that no one's ever seen before. No one's even heard of what we're doing or how we're doing it, but it's so fresh and so different and so unique and it's so exciting. It's one of the things when you look at it, it should kind of keep you awake at night because of what the possibilities are. So again, I'm not doing a business presentation tonight, but what I am going to do is share some amazing updates and some exciting news. And so let's go. Our agenda, I'm going to talk a little bit about the digital wellness suite, that's something that everybody gets when they get their initial packages. I'm going to talk about one of our new product vendors, which is SENTRY H2O. And by the way, we have the actual CEO and founder is going to be here for this. I did an interview with him, so you're going to get to see that shortly. And then the three magic buttons. Now, this is something everybody's been waiting for, and that is the ease of entry into One Marketplace, and finally, my closing thoughts. So let's begin with the digital wellness suite. A lot of people have gotten this product in their initial packages, but they really haven't taken the time to really look at what it is and what it can do for you. And this is really an amazingly good product because what it does, it learns about you. In other words, it learns everything about you, how you exercise, what your habits are, what your mindset is, how you think about things, and how to take care of yourself. And so every time you use this, it's learning more and more about you and what you need and what you want, and how you can become a more rounded, more healthy, a person that really starts to live a maybe a little better lifestyle. And so take advantage of this. So what we've got right now for you is kind of a little teaser video that we've just created that you can, let people see this before they make the decision to take this package, because again, it kind of gives them an idea of what it's all about. So with that, let's take a brief look at this and then we'll come back.
What if wellness wasn't just an app, but a living system that learns you every day? Meet the Digital Wellness Suite. 4 minds, 1 mission. Use it today. It learns tonight. Coaching smarter tomorrow. Life shifts, so it updates with new skills and 0 friction. Move smarter. Build tiny wins. Feel supported. Breathe space into your day. One suite. Smarter every day. Add the Digital Wellness Suite today.
I hope you enjoyed that. It's short, sweet, and to the point. But again, this is a product you need to take advantage of. A lot of you have it in your packages, and I know a lot of you just got it because you wanted to have a pro package, but now take the time to start using this because it's a really, really good product, and it's just going to get better and better as you use it. So with that, I've got something very special for you tonight, and that is we have the founder and CEO of SENTRY H2O. I did an interview with him a few days ago. The gentleman's name is Nelson McElveen, and this product is tremendous. I mean, it's exciting because what he's actually created with his filtration system, and you're going to hear about it in this interview, but it's very unique because one of the things I kind of learned myself in talking with Nelson was the fact that there's 2 types of water. You got dead water, which is what most people drink. In other words, they drink something that's been filtered until there's nothing left, and it's just dead water. Doesn't do you any good, but at least it's not full of parasites and chemicals and all the things that poison you. But it still doesn't do what you want it to do. And there's living water, and living water is what he's created. The way to take all the bad stuff out Okay, but leave in the things that are important, like and to make sure those things are existing. And he does it through his filtration system. He adds calcium, magnesium, and most importantly, the water's alkaline and it's oxygenated. And this is so important because everything we've all heard in our lifetimes about what happens when you're drinking water that's alkaline or has oxygen in it, because those are the two things that really stop the growth or can stop cancer, any type of inflammation or sickness that you have in your body. So this is a great product. So with that, I'd like to let you hear from the man himself. And it's a great interview. It's about 10 minutes long. And then when it's over, we'll come back and I've got a couple other great things to share with you. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's program. We've got an exciting guest. It's the developer and founder of SENTRY H2O. Nelson, welcome. Glad to have you here. I got a lot of great questions to ask you about your product.
Well, I'm glad to be here with you, Mark. Shoot with the questions, but I'm just the guy behind the scenes. I got a team of chemists that work with me, and those are the guys with all the brains. So
Yeah.
just want
Well,
to have that
Nelson, you
disclosure.
got into water for a reason, okay? And so
Yes.
maybe just a little bit of background about why you decided to get into, the development of systems that could help purify and give people good drinking water and safe drinking water. Because I know that's one of your missions is to do that. And maybe just a little bit about why and how all that happened.
Well, 20 some years. Okay, let's start out where I'm an injection molder. Okay, so I make plastic widgets for people. And I started working with a company
Hmm.
and we built all their RO components, reverse osmosis components. And we thought that was the standard for doing water. Kill the water, all the good, all the bad, and off you go. And they introduced me to a gentleman called Deepak Chopra. And he has a company that makes carbons and other kind of materials to enhance water and to treat water naturally. So there you have the folks out there we call the elites of the world. They don't drink reverse osmosis water. They don't drink bottled water. They drink water that's alive. Alive, living water will keep you healthy. So what happened to me was several years back, I went and did my blood draw, okay, like we all do, and get our physicals. And the doc looked at me and said, "Hey, we got a problem. Your PSA levels are climbing." So after 6 months, no, maybe it was like 3 months, I went from 1.6 to a little bit under 4.
Hmm.
And we went and had an ultrasound done. I had a growth. So then that's all started in June. By January, we went to a specialist and he wanted to slice and dice. So I looked at my wife and said, "Let's go home." So off we went. We went home and I use oxygen to move scale in water. So what we do is you put an oxygen bubble around the scale, break it into a powder, and it can't stick in factories. So people like Kraft Cheese, Hershey's, they use these kind of products so that their water lines don't get plugged up and their machinery keeps working. Well, in our injection molding company, we have heat exchangers on every molding machine. And in Arizona, our scale is so bad, and within about 12 weeks, we got to go in and take these heat exchangers apart and rot out the scale. That's how bad it was. And it turns into a cement. So we put the system in the factory, and I said, if I can move oxygen through that, why can't I get that in my body? Well, you can't get oxygen in your body through your lungs. You got to get it in through a carrier, and the carrier became water. So I made a system up. That was in February. We bought a new home, put it in, went and had another physical or blood draw, whatever you want to call it, in May, middle of May. Went back to the doc, and the doc looked at it and said, "What'd you do?" I said, "I told you what I was going to do. I was going to make a water system that would put oxygen in my body." He says, "Your PSA levels are down to 1.7 and the growth is gone." And that was in a matter of 6 weeks. So
Wow.
since
That's
then, we've heard bigger stories
Mhm.
from people that bought our product.
So actually, what you're saying is the water that you've actually created now with your system, you call it living water. Like, you explain that a little bit. I know it has to do with having oxygen and alkaline, but why are these things, so critical, so important? And also, I want to ask you, the most of the world right now thinks they're doing the best thing is going and drinking, plastic, water out of plastic bottles, right? That's what the
Right,
world
right.
kind of went to. Well, I got to do better than drinking it out of my tap. So maybe talk about that as well when you're talking about living
Okay.
water, why that's not the solution
Okay.
either.
So water is the carrier of all good things, right? So if you look at it, you go and you take water out of a river or lake, it's alkaline water because you have minerals. Minerals create alkaline water. Not, we use electricity now because we go through running through an RO, we kill the water. How do we get the pH back in it? You got to hit it with electricity. Well,
Mhm.
electricity in your body doesn't like one another. I hate to tell you that, guys, but it isn't a good thing. Frequencies matter when it comes to the health of a person. By us using the minerals, we never take the minerals out, which we call scale. But you got to be able to manage that. If you don't manage that, it's going to give you stones. So by using oxygen and break it down into a powder, you have something that's very manageable. So that's one of the things that we do in that manner. Okay, so now we're giving you water that has all the minerals in it, magnesium, calcium. You drink, I drink 4 8-ounce glasses a day, which is very easy with this water because this water you never get full on. You know how you drink bottled water, you get full?
Mhm.
Dead water will fill you up. This you never get full on it. You can drink and drink and drink it. You don't have to go to the washroom because your body absorbs the water.
Okay, so let's take the opposite side. So you come along, you look at this whole thing when you develop, your company right now, which is Century H2O. And by the way, we're thrilled to have you on board as one of our product providers. And as a matter of fact, because water is so important in our lives, I mean, you think about it, what is the body? What percentage of our total body weight is water, right? I don't know
Yeah.
what the number is. I know it's a very high percentage, correct? Do you know what it is by
Oh,
chance?
it's over 70.
Okay, so 70% of your body weight is water. So water is probably pretty important to your health and nutrition, right? I would think so.
It's everything. Oh, here's something you're going to enjoy. Anybody over the age of whatever that may be, where you have to get up and go to the bathroom at night, men,
Yeah. Right?
it shrinks your prostate. The oxygen does.
Huh.
So you don't go to the washroom anymore.
Yeah.
I
Well,
I used
that'll be an interesting thing too, because I'm 75, so obviously I'm one of those guys that I get up at least once a night. Don't want to, but I do. So, yeah.
those days will be, and it'll happen quite rapidly. That's what we see. Okay, so we see this product. If you're a person with that has any kind of health issues, we see this product being a very, very, very great plus in your life. And
Yeah.
it generally takes 2 days for you to notice a change in your wellness.
Right.
It doesn't. Now, here's something we haven't even touched on. If you have a pet, if
Hmm.
you have a cat or a dog,
Yeah, most people do.
the dogs are, my wife has a dog rescue,
Hmm.
and our average dogs live till they're 17 on the water.
Wow, that's interesting.
The
Now, how
dogs,
long, Nelson? How long have you been doing this? I mean, I know we're. I wish we could talk all day, but obviously we gotta keep this down a little bit because we gotta
Mhm.
present this to everybody. And again, we're gonna come back and do this again because I'm fascinated by what obviously water, what a difference it makes in your life. But from a standpoint of like say for animals and like even yourself, how long have you been doing this? How long is Century HDO been here and been
Okay.
providing your water?
Well, gosh, we've been doing it publicly for about 4 years, maybe three,
Okay.
4 years, right about that. That's when we sat down and put a product that you can put underneath your sink
Hmm.
in less than 30 minutes without drilling any holes in your anything. A
Right.
wrench is all you need. So we came up with that product, and that's a product that we could ship around the world.
Hmm.
So that's why we did it. We have house systems and we have all these other systems, but at the end of the day, that's a product that everybody can take, put it in, get it done. That's been around for about a little over almost 4 years.
Okay.
Other than the under the sink portion of it, you don't ever touch it. So when you go to the under the sink, you'll replace those filters out usually once a year.
Hmm.
We recommend that. And then we have the shower head, the shower filter that you
Hmm.
screw on between your shower head and our system. You can see the water run through it. When you run it through our shower filter, your skin will get soft, your hair will get soft, and you'll be bathing in basically pure
How
clean.
long does that shower filter last? I mean, can you use it for like before you have to switch out the filters? Because I
We,
mean,
we
obviously you use a
recommend,
lot of water when you're showering.
it's about 3,300 gallons of water.
Okay.
So we recommend that's about 1 year for an average person
One year.
showering.
Well, I look forward to that. So Nelson, again, thank you for your time. We're
Thank you.
thrilled to have you as a partner with us now and look forward to what the future holds. Again, much appreciated. We're going to do this again.
No problem. Maybe I'll be back in the States, right? So
There
it'll be
you
better
go.
yet. Okay. I
All right.
love it. Thank you.
Thanks, Nelson. I hope you enjoyed that. This is a product that obviously you're going to see very, very soon. We are, working on the shopping portal as we speak. This is one of many, many vendors that have already come under contract with us now, moving forward. As a matter of fact, in the coming weeks, every week, we're going to introduce one of our new vendors so you can kind of get an idea of the products that you're going to have here at One Marketplace. And I tell you, it gets me excited because I know not only this product, but some of the other ones that are coming, man, it just gets you fired up because you think these are really, really, really good products. And so with that, the most important thing for tonight's call for probably most of you is what we've been waiting on for some time now in this, pre-launch of One Marketplace. And that is, we've been calling it the three magic buttons, right? And all it really simply is going to be the methodology that now when you go to talk to somebody and you send them your QR code, you send them to onemarketplace.store, this is what they're going to see. They're going to have a choice. They're going to be able to come in as either a free shopper, smart shopper, or smart shopper pro. And so this is the way it's going to happen. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, it's live now. If you haven't noticed, go after this call is over, go in and look in your back office or go to just onemarketplace.store. You'll see it's all there. It's all live. It's all working. And here's what you're going to see. When they come to the landing page from your QR code or from you send them to the actual site itself, this is what they're going to see. They're going to see, welcome to One Marketplace. It's going to explain very quickly and very simply what they get for their $14.95 membership, right? And so it just goes through that very clearly. You have the little short teaser video in case they haven't seen it. They can watch that short teaser video. Now, as they scroll down the page, this is what they'll see next. The next thing they'll see is their choice. And this is basically your three magic buttons, right? They have a choice now where a person can come in, they can take Smart Shopper or Smart Shopper Pro. If they don't want either one, which I can't imagine, they can obviously sign up as a free shopper. So again, if they go into Smart Shop, they're taking the $14.95 monthly membership. They go in, they know what the benefits are. We've talked about all that. They can obviously learn more by watching some of the other videos and such, which I'll show you in just a second. But they just say, you know what, I want to be a smart shopper. They'll just click there. It takes them right into the sign up page. Very simply, it's done. If they decide they want to be a pro based on what they found out and what they've learned and what they know and how important it's going to be a pro. As a matter of fact, I will tell most of you right now, you might come in as a smart shopper, which is great. But probably most of you are going to move to Smart Shopper Pro because the benefits are just ridiculous as far as what you can earn, how this thing will grow the opportunity for you. It's just going to be unlimited. So then we have the Smart Shopper Pro. And of course, if somebody's just a total 100% skeptic and goes, I don't care if you're making my Smart Shopper free. I don't care. I don't believe anything. We'll be a free shopper. Who can say no to that? It's just free. And as a matter of fact, if that's the worst case scenario for you, remember, every time that person's a free shopper shops, you're making huge commissions from any of their purchases. So yeah, worst case scenario, you still win. So that's the way it's going to work. Now, once a person makes that decision, it'll sign them up, simple. If they continue to scroll down on the page because they want to learn a little bit more, then it will take them obviously to the actual full-blown business presentation. Now, this is the old one right now. It's about, 7 minutes long? We're doing a new one that should be available in about 7 to 10 days. We're working on it right now. It's going to have updated videos, and it's really going to be geared around what's happening right now, between now and the launch, the end of February, where we're going to have our first big event in Orlando, Florida. So between now and then, obviously, we're in that pre-launch beta mode, right, still. And so the video is geared around what it means to be in one of those foundational positions, because that's what's actually happening right now. Anybody that's joining this company right now, they are in the foundation. And you want to make sure that that person gets the opportunity ahead of when this launch actually occurs. And it's a big opportunity. So again, you'll see the new video. It'll be coming out shortly, and you'll be able to take advantage of it. Closing thoughts here, and I'm going to stop the screen here and jump off of this for a second. So my closing thoughts tonight have to do with what it means to actually be in a foundational position here at One Marketplace. What we're doing right now can never happen again, right? We're just in this beta pre-launch. And we've been delivering every week more and more and more, as everybody can see. Now we're going to start delivering the products because really the front end of the site, everything's built. You now have this very simple ease of entry. You choose free, smart, or pro. Very simple. You make your choice. If you choose pro, of course, you get the benefits of all the income in one marketplace, plus the pro performance pools, plus all the income that's generated over in Seaforth from your monthly subscription as a Smart Shopper Pro. And we're just going to make this so simple for anybody to jump on board. But here's what's important. There's only this one window where this happens, right? And it's right now. And so for everybody that's on this call tonight, whether you've been here for a little bit of time now or you just now here for the first time, this thing actually launches in February of 2026. So you have this very short window where I believe fortunes will be made. Because if you understand how this builds, all you're doing right now is laying the foundation for all of your community pods. Because what happens, right? When you put in one Smart Shopper, you started a pod, correct? Well, the question is in the video for everybody is, well, how many pods do you want? Well, why is that important? Because each pod that you start can literally in the next 3 years be generating you an income some people can't even imagine. It could be, $8, 9, 10, 11, $12,000 a month per pod. And remember, what starts a pod? One Smart Shopper. So imagine if you had 10 pods. In other words, you enroll 10 Smart Shoppers, you've got 10 pods started. Why is that important? Because right now, we've actually, if you look at the way this thing is growing, we've actually filled the first 10 rings, right? And so right now we're filling the 11th ring. Well, that 11th ring can only be filled once. And so those people that are on this call right now tonight that are building and putting in, more and more Smart Shoppers, which are creating their community pods starting on that 11th ring, I actually believe those positions are going to be priceless. And for somebody that probably has never thought about what it'd be like to make an income that could allow you to retire, well, you're all going to be in that position in 3 years to be able to, and probably sooner for a lot of you, but even 3 years to be able to walk away and never have to work again in your lifetime. And you could actually do that from one pod. But imagine if you have 10 pods or 20 or 30. I mean, the more pods you start, the more success you're going to have. And if you had a crystal ball and you could look into the future and you saw that, hey, everybody that I put in as a Smart Shopper that started a pod on the 11th ring has made me, when you look into the future, about $10,000 a month in income every month from each one. How many pods would you be starting right now? A lot, right? Well, I believe that's what's going to happen because it has to, and it's already happening right now because of what's happening filling the first 10 rings, and now we're filling the 11, and we're going to keep going. And this is not just getting started. And as we start to go more and more global, the viral growth is going to happen faster and faster because there's going to be more people, more excitement. Obviously, we're going to have more products. Everything's going to be working. So you've got this little window, and you need to take advantage of it now. I kind of thought of a funny saying, but I think it's pretty good that, maybe you could use, because I believe in programming the subconscious mind. If you program yourself, then things start to happen. So if you use this little saying, right? A pot a day will create massive pay. A pot a day will create massive pay. A pot a day will create massive pay. Now, if you say that, 4 or 5 times before you go to bed, pot a day will create massive pay. Pot a day will create massive pay. You say it when you get up in the morning. You know what you're going to do? You're going to work on getting a pot a day. And that's what you should be doing, because that window is now. It's not 6 months from now or not when we launch. It's actually right now. And it's actually easy to do it right now because we are in this beta pre-launch, and people are excited because they're doing something they've never seen before, and it's so unique and so fresh. So do that. Just program your mind. Pot a day creates massive pay. A pot a day creates massive pay. And then when you get up in the morning, if you do one thing, if you took 30 minutes out of your life every day to say, you know what, I'm going to do my best to create a pod today, to put in one Smart Shopper. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take 30 minutes and focus on putting in one Smart Shopper a day, which starts me a new pod. If you did that, and if you could look into the future and you realize what it'd be worth to you, it would be unbelievable. Because one pod, like I said, if it was 10,000, what would 100 pods be worth? I mean, And why can't you do that now? And so that's I think that's the opportunity that I see for people right now is to be so far ahead of the curve. They get to do it all right now. And think about this. If you focused 30 minutes a day, saying, okay, a pot a day creates massive pay, a pot a day create, and you focused on getting that one pod started every day, your work would be over in, say, 30 to 40 days, 60 days, whatever, between now and the launch. You would never have to work again, even in one marketplace. I don't consider it work, but you would never even have to do that. I mean, you wouldn't have to do anything. You'd be finished. Now you just sit back and say, okay, let time go. Just let it grow. And I think, again, this is so unique and so fresh that if you got to understand that every ring, it's gonna, you're pushing yourself. You want to have your pod started here, not 3 or 4 or 5 rings out. You want them starting now. And there's only one time to do now. It's now. So with that, I'm going to say good night. I hope this makes a difference. I hope I keep you awake just a little bit. Pot a day creates massive pay. All right, everybody. Good night. See you next week. Hope you enjoyed.